Okay, Ben, you wanted to tell me about what anime you saw this week? That's right, Ben.
Yeah, yeah, Ben, tell me about what anime you wanted to talk about.
Thanks, Ben. I mean, Max. I finally pulled the trigger on Zoku Owari Monogatari. Have you
hmm
seen the Monogatari series at all?
Do you mean, I know there's a few, two different things called Monogatari, and there's the one that's the one with Shinobu and all the funky endings and openings, and then there's
That's the
the
one,
other
yeah.
Monogatari where it's the really big guy that falls in love with the pretty girl.
You mean Katanagatari?
Which one are we talking about?
I'm talking about just Monogatari. Bake Monogatari, Nisei Monogatari,
Okay, yeah,
etc.
that's the one I was talking about
Yeah.
first.
They're both like the same author, but
Yeah, it's like a one, it's
one's
like one long
fantasy and
continuing
one's
series.
yeah, okay, so yeah, like it's one of those things where I've been watching it over all these years. I think it started like 2009, and
hmm
last summer, it finally had the last installment, and I've been putting it off. Part of me is just like, I don't want it to be over.
I think
Part of me
there's also some
forgot.
books.
Yeah, no, they're all based on novels, but
Okay.
those are done as far as I know, and now the anime is done. And
Neat.
yeah, it was like yeah, the last installment, Zoku Owari Monogatari, which I watched, it's kind of more of an epilogue than like an actual like this is the end. It ended kind of in the last arc or in the last
hmm
season. So this was just like kind of putting a cap on everything, and I think it did it really well. It like went through all the characters, gave them closure, but then like at the same time it wasn't closure, and it's like, but that's okay because life's not like that, you know? It was
Yeah.
really good. It kind of made me reflect on the whole series. It's like almost like the Avengers Endgame of the series, where it's like, okay, let's go back through everything and just take a look at what happened. And yeah, it's hard to think like, man, this has been going for over 10 years. Like we have over 100 episodes now. It doesn't feel like it was, but and the series for what it is, like for coming out in such a huge span of time and coming out like in non-chronological order, like some seasons and arcs will take place before other ones, but the way it fits
Mm.
together, like the writing's really strong, and it actually makes sense in the end. I've only watched it through the one time, but I felt like I got a whole grasp on the entire thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good watch. Everyone knows it from the toothbrush scene.
Yeah, I know about that. Regrettably.
Everybody
And
does.
then I know, and then I know Platinum Disco and Renai Circulation.
Oh yeah, those theme songs are great. Yeah.
I think Platinum Disco's an ending.
No, it's an opening.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's from Nisei Monogatari, the second season thing. But yeah, welcome to Anime, episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Joined
No,
by
we're
my...
gonna get sued by Disney.
Oh no, they've come after us at last. Joined by my friend Max. Say hello, Max, to all the beautiful people you can't see.
Greetings.
They're looking at you with their earballs.
Huh?
Yes. Today we thought we'd talk about childhood anime, stuff we watched when we were kids, kind of how we started getting into this whole mess.
Yeah. And so, not necessarily kid-friendly anime, because we all know you watch stuff you weren't supposed to.
Oh, we're gonna get into that,
Everybody
eh?
had that time.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be the episode that really outlines the difference between our ages. What did you watch when you were a kid? I watched Kimetsu no Yaiba. Wow. No.
Okay, I'm not that young.
No, it's weird when I like see online people like, "Oh my god, I remember Sword Art Online from when I was a little kid." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I feel old.
Don't age me like this, fam.
It's in the same line of like, I played Minecraft when I was just a little baby, and now it's so old. Do you want to start us off, or should I go
I
first?
can, although I feel like this is another topic where we can just kind of go back and forth. It's not necessarily
Yeah, sure.
one of us talks for a long string and then the next one goes.
We'll do a top 10 again. It'll take 2 hours. No, I'm hoping this podcast won't be that long again. That was a huge one. Especially for the second podcast. Oh my god.
Yeah, we just got really passionate.
There was a lot to discuss.
I have a mosquito bite on my wrist. I'm suffering.
That is very unfortunate. Are you going to be okay? Should we call a doctor?
That's fine. It's my left hand. It just sucks.
We can amputate if we need to. It's fine.
Being Maguka is suffering. I think I have that whole video like memorized.
I think I don't have the video, but I have just the like huge 4chan post compilation of that Madoka meme thing.
Nice.
It's good. Okay, if we're gonna be nostalgic this episode, I miss seeing weird ads in the middle of my anime and at the beginning where you get Kono Bangumi wa Grand Sponsor Okurishimashou. Like that kind of thing. And fan subs.
I remember that slightly. It didn't happen in a whole lot of the animes I saw, but I do remember stuff like that.
Well, it's completely gone now with like Crunchyroll and Funimation taking over. You don't get those weird cuts in there. Because, yeah, Madoka was like, it was half the Madoka anime and then half advertisements for Morning Rescue. Which was like some energy drink or something. And then, of course, the internet ran wild with it, and they had, like, the crossover memes where it's, like, Madoka sliding down the rope. Morning rescue.
I think also another thing that's part of being an anime fan when I was a kid is finding, like, all the really weird remixes and memes, because, like, one of the things I've said this before, but the first anime that I sought out to watch on my own was Lucky Star.
Oh, really?
And because I had to watch it through YouTube, I found stuff like Sparta remixes and
as was the style at the time.
And Caprihina and Timote. Remixed 20 million different ways.
I saw one of those on my Twitter today. I had to check what year it was. I was like, what the... the Lucky Star
And now it's just Out of Touch Thursdays.
Yeah. I think I brought it up last time, but it's like... People don't remember what Lucky Star is, and that upsets me.
Yeah.
It's the biggest thing in the world.
What do you mean you don't know this show? Who are you?
Yeah, I actually had a similar experience. Back when I was in early high school, when I was looking for anime, yeah, YouTube was... where like I went to first. If it wasn't there, I had to like check deeper. But like, yeah, YouTube had a bunch of stuff on it, and they didn't quite police it as heavily as they do now. Like, people could just upload full seasons, and they'd be up there for months, maybe years.
Rest in peace, giant yellow subscribe button.
Was it yellow? I don't really.
Yeah, it was yellow. And they used to have video responses. And there was a star rating.
I remember the stars as well, yeah. The lucky stars. Then they took them off.
It's so funny going back to watch like really old videos and they'll be like, rate my video 5 stars, and I'm just like, I can't.
I tried. Ended up liking and
annotations
ringing a bell.
Aren't a thing anymore.
Oh, yeah, that one hurts. Especially when you get those like anime meme videos where they are just plastered with a million layers of annotations.
Yeah, or like just the video will just be something normal, and then there'll be a speech bubble annotation of like really random words, because that was the humor.
Yeah,
lol raw random.
Lol
XD.
Bacon, pancakes, Deadpool. Jimmy
I used to be that kid.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of was too at the time. Yeah.
Although I still use the same emotes. I don't use emojis all the time. I will actually type out XD.
I kind of use a combo of both. So what was like the first anime you've ever watched? Do you remember?
Ever watched would be something on... It'd have to be something on TV. And then back when I was younger, We didn't have cable for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were really poor when I was really young.
Hmm.
And then, so what my first anime is either 4Kids Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! It's one of those two. I genuinely don't remember which one I saw first.
Do you remember where it was in Pokemon? Because, like, my first one was Pokemon and Sailor Moon.
I think
but it was, like, right at the beginning.
I want to say Johto.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Somewhere in the Johto arc,
Journeys,
because that's the theme song I remember the easiest.
What was it? Johto Journeys, and then what was the other season? The Johto Master Quest? No. Wait.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, that's the theme song I remember.
Yeah. No, I remember wanting to be the very best, like no one ever was.
Like no one ever was.
I remember one day specifically, like, you know when you have those days from your childhood that, like, are just ingrained in your mind? Because my mom was, like, talking to one of her friends when I was on the way home or something, and I really wanted to get home because they had the Charmander episode on. I wanted to see Ash get his Charmander. I was like, no, Mom, we gotta go. And she's like, yeah, just a minute. I'm like, no, we gotta, this is Charmander. He's left in the rain. Someone needs to save him.
He's gonna die.
Yeah, no, I was a massive Pokemon fan as a kid. I mean, that's all carried over to now. I still love Pokemon, but just like...
I've never learned how to play the card game.
The height
Yet
of
I have
Pokemon.
so many cards.
Oh yeah, I had tons of cards too, and I went to the trading card league. We had like a local game shop, and like I knew how to play the game. I had like 3 decks, and I would compete and lose a lot. It was fun.
I know how to play. I know how to play first generation Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's just because it's really easy.
Yeah.
Do not ask me what pendulum. Don't ask me what pendulum summoning is, or XYZ, or synchro. I don't mess with that.
Yeah, I don't know that new stuff either. I mean, like, I was all into Yu-Gi-Oh! And, was super into the card game. I spent, like, all my allowance on Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, or, like, Pokemon cards. It's just... I became, like... It was like an addiction. My mom would be like, are you gonna spend all your money on cards? I'm just like, just one more pack. Like, it was cigarettes. Just like, I just want one more pack. It'll be fun, just for like a little while, and then I'll buy another.
There was a time. It was actually more recently when I went to get when I got some Yu-Gi-Oh cards while a friend and I were out at Walmart, and I opened the pack in their car, and then right in the front of the pack is Slifer, and I'm just like, oh!
Wait, what?
Yeah, I opened the pack, and then the Slifer was in there, and I was like, oh shit!
For real? Oh my god. I'm jealous. I always wanted those god cards. They made them seem so cool in the show.
Yeah, I only have Slifer and Obelisk. I don't have a copy of Raw, but I want one.
Wow, you got 2?
I could probably get it on TCG Traders, because that's where I get my Fire Emblem cards.
Oh wait, I
have a few of those.
I think I do actually own the god cards now. Like, years and years later, like after I stopped playing, I don't know, I think I was in college or something. My friends got me like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tin on a laugh. And it had just like, oh, here's the 3 god cards. Wow.
I really like this one.
Didn't feel so special.
I like the really old Japanese Raw card. It just looks really nice to me. I couldn't use it in a duel anyway because I know like one person that plays Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh yeah, they're like super not legal in the rule book and all that anyway, but...
Yeah.
Was it the Raw where like it didn't have the description on it? It was just like a bunch of garbled hieroglyphs or whatever?
Maybe. In my head, it's like, it's got Japanese writing on the top, and then there's like a flat colored picture of Raw on it.
Oh. Huh.
And then over here on my wall, I have a giant copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Like a card
as big as
or
my
a
hand.
poster? Oh.
Yeah, my hand. It's as big as my hand.
Boy,
and then at the bottom it says, this card cannot be used in a duel.
I mean, depends what kind of duel, because like Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe not, but if you want to slap someone in the face with it,
yeah,
you can use it for that kind of duel. Just bap.
Slap.
3,000 attack points right in the mouth.
Yep. How did you remember that?
Because it's Blue Eyes. I had like 3 Blue Eyes, and I had like a bunch of Blue Eyes cards, and he's so cool. He doesn't really have
Nice.
an effect, but he's so cool.
Yeah, Blue Eyes White Dragon, his wife.
Yeah, no, I remember like very, very
I
closely
think,
following Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid. I got really deep into it.
and then
Yep.
speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh,
Oh, I was
who
gonna
else
talk.
watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged?
Oh, I was gonna talk
Because I
about the main
did.
anime more, but yeah, no, the that abridged anime was great. Like,
No, okay. The abridged anime had more influence on my humor than the actual anime did.
it was good. Doesn't
I
quite
would look
like
up.
some of the old jokes don't quite hold up as well, but
Oh yeah, if you go back to the original episodes and you hear that crusty sound,
yeah, could you imagine listening to anyone who has bad mics? How unprofessional.
ah,
Just look straight at the camera that's not there.
eh.
It's fine, it's fine. Probably.
I mean, I didn't think I sounded that bad on our
No,
recordings.
we sound decent. I mean, we're talking about us in 2020 versus like what he was working with in, I don't know, what was that, 2008 or something? When did the abridged series start?
Something like that. It's kind of hard to tell when it started because it got taken down like 8 times,
Yeah, they
but it
were.
always came back.
It's like, no, it's a parody, and it's like, no, it's illegal. Yep, but it's a like you have tons of parody. No, this one's bad though. So
This is a parody officially supported Hiro Koriyama.
yeah, Dragon Ball Abridged was like a whole other level of abridged stuff.
Yeah,
when
and
came
that
out.
ended recently because they decided to stop at the Cell arc,
Yeah,
which I understand. I'm sure they wanted to do other things with their lives.
well, for me, someone, if we're getting back to childhood stuff, someone who didn't watch Dragon Ball growing up, I mentioned that last time, but so I don't know that much about the Boo arc. So part of me
It's
is
fine.
like, I kind of would have wanted to see that, but at the same time, like that abridged series was getting long. Like it wasn't abridged anymore. It was like I'm
It
looking
was
at the
originally, and then they just realized they could keep going with their jokes and their own storylines.
there's a new
And they're
episode of
just
the
like,
abridged series. It's longer than an episode of the TV show, and it says part 1 of the episode. If you don't mind, I want to go way back and talk about
all right.
the first. I think this was the first anime I ever watched because I was 4, so I don't know if I remember it, and that was Sailor Moon. Did you ever watch Sailor Moon? Because
I did not see it until I was in high school.
oh wow, yeah, no, it was on like first thing in the morning before I went to school, and I think that's when I would always watch it. And also, my sister was really into it, and I was at the age where I'm like, oh, it's girl stuff, but I mean, I'm just watching it because my sister's watching it. It was cool. It was like, I mean, it was really heavily localized and stuff, but like, I don't know, I was a little kid, little baby child, so it didn't matter to me that much. But I think the huge takeaway is like Sailor Moon and Pokemon and those kind of old anime that I watched, like I didn't know they were anime. They were just cartoons to me. Like I didn't even know what Japan was when I was a child. Seriously, I grew up in the whitest town. We didn't have any Asian kids in our school. It was yeah, so like that kind of concept. I just had no idea. I'm just like, "Oh, this is a cool cartoon." Didn't know about like dubbing or original cuts or Japanese voice tracks or whatever. But yeah.
Well, I didn't have Sailor Moon growing up. I did catch quite a few episodes of Mew Mew Power,
Oh, that's one I haven't watched.
which
Tell
is
me about
another
that.
magical girls go. All right, so it's a bunch of girls, obviously, and their magical girl stuff comes from them being imbued with DNA from different endangered animals.
Oh, isn't one of them a cat though?
Yeah, she's like an endangered puma or something,
Oh.
or leopard.
Is that from the original or is that like the English version? Sounds ridiculous.
It might have. I think it was the actual anime because
Huh.
there's like a segment in the introductions going into like what animals they are. But it's like there's a big cat, there's a type of wolf, there's a monkey, there's a bird, and there's some kind of fish.
Huh. They're all magical girls.
They all got food names, which mostly changed in the dub, but I think Lettuce, her name stayed Lettuce.
That's unfortunate for her.
Yeah. And then her transformation was completely removed in the 4Kids version.
Is it too hot for TV?
It just doesn't exist.
Oh.
And then of course they got the romantic side plot, and then there's the boy she actually likes, and then there's the villain boy who likes the main girl, and a lot of people shipped that instead because his name was Kishu, and everybody thought he was way hotter.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's this pointy-eared alien twink.
Kishu, I don't know, that sounds a little weird. Maybe his name should be Kyle or something. Maybe we should change
I don't
that.
remember what his dub name was. Let me Google it and see if they actually changed it.
They could have. That was kind of the big thing with Card Captors, which was like, I think the only other magical girl anime I saw when I was young. But like that one, like, yeah, her name, yeah, she was still Sakura, I think. But then her friend's name was changed to Madison. And like they took out all the gay romance stuff and the crush she had on her friend, and like they made it more of like the original's kind of like a slice of life / magical girl thing, and then this one's like it's an action show and it's like a monster of the week and they gotta fight them, they gotta seal them cards. They changed the like happy-go-lucky opening into like a really, it's a mystical adventure. That was one of the lyrics in it. It's actually a cool opening, but it's completely different from the original tone of the show. So I went back around 2018 and started like rewatching how the original was and comparing it. Like I had the YouTube video, like the Nelvana dub side by side with like the actual Card Captor Sakura, and the differences are wild.
Alright, I looked it up, and turns out Kishu is just like the romanization of his name. His name is Quiche.
Oh, like a quiche, like food.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then he has partners named Pie and Tart.
Oh, that's stupid. Fuck this show. Never mind, I'm never gonna watch it, ever.
I am still curious about the reboot manga that we're supposed to get. That's the same series, but it's all dudes.
Oh.
Give me more magical boys.
Yeah, that's not exactly... Well, I mean, there's a couple of them, I think, but... Like, huge
like
market.
Binan. And that really long title that it has.
I don't know what that is.
Binan Kyoku Chiku Boibu Love, or something like that.
Oh, now that you said that, now I know what it is. No, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's a magical boy series, and then it's just 5 random students that get the power from this talking wombat that uses their dead teacher as a vessel to speak.
Okay.
And then you come to find out that this wombat alien and then another alien that's a green hedgehog that's controlling the enemy team, they're doing it just so that they can film a TV show for their home planet.
So this isn't serious at all, is it?
No.
It doesn't sound like it. Not one bit.
It's not. It's really funny. I need to watch season 2. But I'm sending you some pictures of Quiche.
Okay, sure. Did you ever watch Beyblade?
Yes, but barely any. All I remember is Let It Rip.
Yeah, Let It Rip. That had a really good guitar riff. It was a cool song.
I think as far as that kind of stuff, I watched more Bakugan than I did Beyblade.
See, that was like way too late for me.
Yeah, this was Bakugan was a thing I watched in like early middle school.
Wait, which one was Bakugan? Because now I'm thinking of Beat-em-on with the beads, and I'm realizing that's not what Bakugan was. What was Bakugan?
Bakugan was these little like spheres that you'd rolled out onto magnetic cards, and they'd open up into a little dragon or something.
Oh, right. I think my like little cousin had those.
Yeah, I have three somewhere, and I don't even remember what their names are. They're just in my room.
Yeah, I feel like I was going into high school around then, and I was like, yeah, I'm not so much into like the toy games or the trading card games and stuff anymore.
Yeah, I have like a shelf full dedicated to dragon statues, so that's why I have the dragon Bakugans.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Metabots?
Don't know that one.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
Metabots is like one of those shows like Beyblade or Bakugan or whatever, where it's like you got your kid and then he's got his Metabot, and he fights other kids with Metabots, and it's like the biggest sport in the world. All the sports are Metabots now, just like Yu-Gi-Oh or Beat 'em on or whatever you have. Except Metabots
Hmm.
isn't real. It's just no one actually has fighting robots. It's not a toy that they can sell in real life. I think the most they sold was like action figures, but it was a really cool anime.
Mm.
He would fight with his Metabot, who had like the coolest black voice you've ever heard, and like everyone else's Metabot would just obey them, but his was like all sassy and like wouldn't obey him at first, kind of like Charizard from Pokemon, if you remember that.
Hmm.
And then he would win, and he would win like parts from other Metabots, and he would like put them onto his and kind of use them strategically in battle. And it had a cool art style. It was like really simple, flat colors, but like they could animate them really like frantically, and it would look really nice when it looked good.
Now, is this meta like Meta or meta like Medi?
M Meda, like metal, because like it's like they put a
Oh,
metal
okay.
into the robot, and that's like their soul or something.
All right.
Yeah, it was cool. It was in like that same time slot on Saturday morning with Yu-Gi-Oh and Yu-Gi-Oh GX. No, wait, no, it was just Yu-Gi-Oh back then, and Digimon, and that was kind of when I was like really into watching like the weekly Saturday morning shows, and I had to get up at like 7 a.m. It was a nightmare, but I'm like, I have to know what happens to Yu-Gi-Oh. They're stuck in the VR world this week. What are they gonna do? And if I missed a
Uh,
week, it would be horrible because like there's no internet. Well, there was internet, but like you couldn't just find
you got dial
episodes.
up.
Yeah, you can just find episodes like you can now. So if you missed an episode, you're fucked. To ask your friends what happened.
Um, well, there's another anime that I found on YouTube back when I was a child,
What was it?
and it's a show called Ginga Densetsu Weed, and it is a show about
Legend?
dogs that fight bears.
What? Oh, oh, weed. Oh,
Yeah,
that one.
Weed.
That
His
took me.
name is Weed.
The dog's name's Weed. Right. I forgot about that one. Did that air?
And I
on-
recently
No, wait. You said it was on online.
no. Yeah, I found it online because this was around the time that I was also into the Warrior Cats books. And so I was getting into anime through that thanks to all the Vocaloid AMVs. And then one of the artists that I was following on YouTube also did a reanimation of the opening
Oh,
to
that's what you're
Ginga Densetsu. And so I was like, what is this? Show about dogs? I like dogs.
It seems to be like a continuing pattern from the last podcast where Max sees an opening redone from something he likes, then goes to find the original, falls in love with it,
I'm a, I'm a
starts
simple
doing
man.
weed. I mean, what?
What?
Huh?
I've never done weed, excuse you.
Never, not a single weed for Max.
I'm a pure boy. I don't read Shindle. What?
I mean, we've already evidenced that you do.
That's the joke, Ben.
Damn it. Masters of comedy.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what else I watched when I was a kid. I think if we're going over to like, hey, discovering anime on the internet, first one for me was Full Metal Alchemist, like the old one,
Nice.
because it was like it was airing on TV. That's how I first saw it, but because it was more of a serialized story, like I wanted to know what happened.
You jumped in the
and-
middle and had no idea what was happening?
Yeah, it was like It was the episode after they fought Scar and their bodies were all broken and they were traveling back to the Winries to get like fixed up.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know, something about it like grabbed me and I was like, I want to start this from the beginning. And then I don't know if someone told me or if I figured it out, but I'm like, oh, internet has videos on it.
I can look up the video and watch it.
It was crazy, and it was on YouTube up to like episode 19. I found a channel that had up to episode 19 where they're fighting in Lab 5 against those other suits of armor. And then I go back the next day to check it, and they were taken down. And I was like, why would they take down the video? That's so mean. Why would the YouTube do this? So I had to watch the rest of the series on MySpace video because no one polices that. Hey. And that's how I watched Full Metal Alchemist.
Nice.
It was so good.
Did you get the pictures of Quiche I sent?
Oh, yeah. He looks really feminine. Like,
yeah.
If you hadn't told me that was a guy, I'd be like, oh, she's kind of cute. So...
She do got dual swords, though. Wrong, man. It's just one of them pretty Bishonen boys.
That was the biggest mark of a 2000s anime.
Which is probably why my art is completely full of pretty Bishonen boys, because that was my formative years. And then I draw furries like Don Bluth.
Don Bluth makes the best anime. Yeah, Himitsu no Nim was a really good anime.
I love that anime.
Oh, it was a classic, really. Yeah, so after watching Full Metal Alchemist, then I started to get really into anime, and then I would kind of seek out stuff, mostly on YouTube. So I would kind of go through the classics. I would watch Full Metal Alchemist and like Lucky Star, Cowboy Bebop, Trigun. I think I watched Wolf's Rain back then. Yeah,
that one's one of my friend's favorite. That's my friend's favorite anime ever, and I haven't gotten to watch it yet, and I feel bad.
You haven't watched Wolf's Rain, you?
Yeah.
I think you would quite enjoy it.
Yeah, it's really surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, it's by Studio Bones.
I legit haven't seen it.
Same studio that did Full Metal Alchemist, like.
Oh, nice.
It was good. Yeah, I think I remember the plot kind of meandered in the middle, and then the ending gets really intense. Yeah, it's been like ages since I watched it, but I think it was good. But I mean, hey,
and then
they're pretty boys that turn into wolves. I think you'd enjoy yourself.
There's also a suit maker that I follow, and some of their first quad suits were Wolf's Rain cosplays.
Oh, cool.
Quad suits look like hell to move around in, but they're so cool.
Yeah, they have like really wacky outfits in that shit. Well, not super wacky, but like really, I don't know, 2000s fashion. I think one of the guys had the arm sleeves things, or like an earring,
where it's just sleeves,
his stomach showing, or something.
Oh, like a long sleeve crop top.
Maybe. I don't know how to describe it. Of course, I'm just going off my memory here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got sucked into Bleach. I think I told you about Bleach last time. Bleach was a big thing.
Yeah, because you were talking about Asterisk.
Yeah. And then I watched Haruhi Suzumiya, and that broke me from the Bleach curse forever. Where I was like, oh, in 12 episodes, I could get a full experience instead of wasting like 200 episodes on this repetitive garbage. And then, yeah, that's when I kind of start to seek out, like, oh, here's Lucky Star, oh, here's Cowboy Bebop. Wow, these are so much more thoroughly entertaining than...
Here's the thing that's actually done.
Yeah, here's the thing that's not designed to kind of run forever. Or until it gets canceled, I guess.
Look at you, Naruto.
Yeah, oh, Boruto. Naruto of the next future.
Boruto's dad. Do you remember that tweet?
Oh, it was from a tweet?
Yeah, Crunchyroll put out a tweet and they're like, don't forget you can watch the saga of Boruto's dad on Crunchyroll as well, and everybody's like, hold on,
Oh, that's really
Naruto
weird.
does not deserve to only be called Boruto's dad.
Now you can watch Gohan's dad fight for the Dragon Balls
God.
or something. Yeah.
Oh man, I think I've also said this before, but my first like fictional character crush that I can remember was Future Trunks in Dragon Ball
Oh
Z.
yeah. Was that when he had the ponytail?
No, he had the ponytail after training in the hyperbolic time chamber, but when he first showed up, he just had a
Right.
short hair.
Yeah, and then he just cuts Mecha Frieza in half.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Whoa!"
And I was like, that's cool.
I remember that because I totally watched Dragon Ball. Yep, that was me.
hmm
hmm
I mean, hey, you knew the scene.
Exactly right. There's so much exposure to that over the years, but I should properly go through it and watch it someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also got a manga version if you just want to read it and skip all the screaming.
Or Kai, kind of.
Yeah, kinda. You lose some of the
Kinda.
charm of the old watercolor background art with Kai, though.
Oh damn. I've got it all downloaded, like both Kai and the original. And there's like different tracks for each dub. I was very thorough in my archiving of it, despite never watching it. Like a friend
Yeah,
asked
I
me,
would go
"Hey,
with-
do you have Dragon Ball?" I was like, "Yeah, let me just get it for you."
I need to go back and watch the actual, like, original Dragon Ball, not just Dragon Ball Z. And then I may someday go into Dragon Ball Super. But the only thing I need to know about Dragon Ball GT is that one time Vegeta had a mustache, and that was funny.
I have a friend who's going through Super. He's hating it, and then I watched like it was kind of the same situation with the original Dragon Ball. That one I was like, I'm gonna make an effort and try to watch this, and then I missed a week, and I was like, fuck it. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Well, I mean, it's already completed, so all I have to do is just look it up.
Yeah, it's a lot easier now, eh? Oh, I forgot too that were some of the old anime that I watched before Bleach, but after Fullmetal Alchemist. I watched at a friend's suggestion. I watched Slayers. Have you ever heard of Slayers?
I think you told me about it before,
Yeah,
but I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, no, I brought it up when you were bringing up your Sorcerer Hunters opening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Slayers is 90s as hell. It's a very fantasy kind of D&D universe, but the heroes are assholes. It's really funny and really entertaining.
I love 90s anime hair.
The best part about watching it though,
It is just all over the place.
yeah, oh, their hair's crazy. Their hair is very 90s. All their outfits are like get the big shoulder pads and like football gear armor and long capes and stuff. and the huge eyes.
They titties still showing.
Absolutely, yeah. Naga the Serpent, boom. Yeah, no, that one's great. And if you want to feel nostalgic for it, it's got the Pokemon dubcast, like the old 4Kids Pokemon dubcast. They are all over the show, so like, it's nice just hearing their voices again, and they perform really great in this series. Also, Crispin Freeman's there too; he's good. But yeah, I watched all of that series. That one's 90s as heck. I think my biggest takeaway is it's the only anime I look forward to the filler episodes because they are like the funniest episodes. They go so crazy with the filler episodes where it's just like, yeah, we're not doing the main plot right now. Let's just have fun.
Ben's gotta have his cheese.
Let's go fishing with one of our party members as bait. let's go into Alice in Wonderland world for no reason.
Yeet.
It's great. His one of the characters, Zelgadis, his body is like made of stone, and they're trying to fish for like a dragon or like a leviathan thing in this lake, and they just toss him in. And he's like they're tying the rope to him, and he's like, "No, I don't want to do this." And the one girl just hands him like the breathing tube. It's like, "I'm so sorry." Toss him
Damn.
off the ship, and he just sinks to the bottom. And then I think the
Rest
third
in
time
peace.
they do the joke, his rope got tied around something and he can't reach the breathing tube.
No. F in the chat.
Slayers is really fun. There was that, and there was Air, which was my first ever experience watching something from Kyoto Animation. And that was one of their first shows that they ever did. Yeah, that one.
See, that one, I only know the opening song.
Oh, the opening's so good.
And that's only because there was a Vocaloid cover that I was really into, and then I learned it was from a show, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, the
then I never
original
watched
singer's voice is I was gonna say fantastic and phenomenal. I was gonna say phenomenal, but then I didn't.
Yeah, you did. All you said was fan.
Her voice is fan. Just error.exe uploading to Bren. I give up, man. Screw this podcast. I'm done. No, yeah, I really liked Air. It was I never really seen a slice of life or anything before that, and that one I'm like, it's just people talking, but it's really interesting. Why am I enjoying this so much? Why aren't my characters punching each other and powering up and using Egyptian god cards? I don't get this.
There was a tweet a while ago because of quarantine going on, and everybody's like, man, that slice of life anime be hitting different.
Slice of life. The life has suddenly got a lot more dramatic. Yeah, I think that's kind of what started my love of just watching slice of life stuff. It really mellows me out. There's some really good ones where you can just relax to. I've been watching Hokago Teibo Nishi, and it's just girls fishing.
Yeah, you told me about this one, and how they force her to join the club.
Oh, that's the best. Yeah, she shows up, and the captain of the fishing club's fishing there, and she fishes up an octopus, and it lands on her leg, and she is our main character. She is super afraid of fish. She can't even touch them with passing out. She's like, get it off me, oh my god. And the girl fished it up is just like, okay, I'll get it off. If you could just sign our club form to join our club. And she's like, what? And it starts crawling up her leg. She's like, I'll do it. Ah.
Rip.
I think that one's gonna end next week, and it's too bad because that one's a really fun slice of life thing, and you learn about fishing. Kind of makes me want to go fishing again. How much?
Fish are tasty.
They are.
What were you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. How much of old Yu-Gi-Oh did you watch? Did you watch the whole thing?
I want to say I watched quite a bit of it, but I can't tell what in my memory I'm mixing up with me looking up stuff because I wanted to see the rest with me actually seeing what happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one I was watching religiously, and it was all on TV at the time, so it was really hard to keep up with, but I made the effort because I'm I have to know what happens. I think
because my brain kind of blocked out a lot of things.
Oh, really? Well, it's just it's hard to remember everything, especially with such a long show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was obsessed. I remember one time, my mom was like, Ben, we have to go do something, or we're gonna have dinner soon or something. And I'm like, Mom, no, I have to watch Yugi fight Kaiba in Battle City. It's the final battle, and if he doesn't win, Joey's not gonna get out of his coma. And then I was like, oh god, this is just a soap opera, isn't it?
Wait, was Joey ever in a coma? I thought it was just
Yeah,
his
he was
sister.
in a coma. No, he was in a coma in Battle City when he got struck by lightning in the Merrick fight. And he has to get out of that
I completely forgot
coma.
about that. I guess it didn't happen in the abridged version.
But I had that realization, my mom's got her soap operas, the YNR, and then I got my Yu-Gi-Oh! I gotta know if Serenity's gonna get through her surgery okay. Or if Tristan will ever turn back from being a monkey.
Oh yeah.
That was a weird
Or
arc.
if Taya will stop being a penguin.
Oh yeah, her body got possessed by that penguin man.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a weird obsession with VR stories. So much that they did the arc twice.
or if Kaiba and the Pharaoh will ever kiss.
Wait.
I mean, what?
Huh? Yeah. Have you seen the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions movie?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, because if not, I would strongly recommend just anyone who had an attachment to the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Series to check that out. It's the perfect epilogue.
There is. I hate to make this joke, but there is no straight explanation for Kaiba making a machine to go back in time to see Atem again. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that movie's like peak Kaiba. He's just at his best the entire time. And it's nice. It's nice hearing the old voices again.
Yeah.
Like, they all came back to do it one more time. Yeah, I miss old dubs like that. Even if they were, like, some of the acting was really corny or cheesy, but, like, I don't know. I got that nostalgic feeling to it. A lot more than
Well, it's like you were
stuff.
saying about, like, old Higurashi versus that remaster coming. You just missed the jank.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I miss the jank. I miss the, weird, like, when it would suddenly change a voice for no reason. Like, do you remember early Pokemon? I don't know if you watched it, but, like, James had a very different voice for, like, the first 4 episodes, and then he became the James we know. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that early on.
Okay, because, like, the first couple episodes, it's, like, him and Jesse, right? And James is like, we're going to catch that Pikachu and get it to the boss. And then, like, I don't know, around episode 5, he's like, woo! We gotta get Pikachu! And it's like, huh, that's weird, but that's James.
What?
That's how I remember him.
Yeah, I legitimately can't think of another voice that he's ever had.
Be more flamboyant. Do it. That's why it was when they were done the Hoenn region stuff in Pokemon and they switched the voice acting company, I stopped. That's when I stopped watching, because I'm like, no, it's too weird.
This is not correct.
It's even weirder now, because that Ash has voiced Ash longer than Ash has voiced Ash. That made sense. The original Ash, Veronica Taylor. She's really cool. I got her to sign my Slayers DVDs.
Nice.
Yeah, I was at a convention and she had like a panel, and it was like right at the end of the panel. I rushed up to her. I'm like, "Can you sign me anything?" She's like, "Yeah, sure." She brought her daughter to the panel. It was super adorable.
Aw.
Yeah.
I've got a few voice actor signatures. I've got J. Michael Tatum.
Oh, he's cool.
I've got Ian Sinclair, who I love.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got Todd Haberkorn.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Ian Sinclair. I mostly know him as the Space Dandy voice. He's also in Fire Emblem.
To me, he's always Berkut.
Yeah, Berkut from Fire Emblem. He was good in that game. Holy crap!
It's so great.
That scream he makes in like near the final act. Whew.
Yeah.
Good.
There's so much emotion in this 3DS game.
Yeah, no, I really like how they got a full dub in that. Have you, this is gonna be weird, have you seen the clip of Todd Haberkorn on Barney the Dinosaur?
No?
Yeah, check that out. He's dancing and singing.
Oh boy.
I don't know how I found it. One day it was just on YouTube. Todd Haberkorn on Barney the Dinosaur. What?
Yeah, the Todd Haberkorn and the J. Michael Tatum signatures, I had them sign drawings that I made specifically at the convention.
Oh, that's
so
really nice.
The Todd Haberkorn one, it's Ling Yao, and then the J. Michael Tatum one, it's Sir Hammerlock and Sebastian McAllis having tea.
Yeah, I bet they really enjoyed those. Just seeing like the fan art. It's a lot better than the one I did, which was I was at a convention and there was a huge line for Brad Swale, the Light's voice from Death Note. And then there was Caitlin Glass just sitting there with no one in her line. I'm like, what the hell? She's Winry from Fullmetal Alchemist and Haruhi from Oran.
Why would people? Why
Yeah,
would
and
people not go see her?
I'm like, I need someone to get her signed. I go to my friend. I'm like, do you got paper, anything? And he has like a little notepad. And he just ripped me off a piece. I'm like, thank you. And I just rush up to her. I'm like, can you sign this, please?
Aw.
Yeah, she's super cool. I like her voice. She has a good voice. Getting kind of off track. We're just kind of talking more about voice actors now.
I
mean,
mean,
that's fine, but...
to connect back to nostalgia, I
Yeah, here we
did
go.
watch on High School Host Club in like early high school, and I loved it.
Oh yeah, I think that was also one of the ones I checked out on YouTube back when YouTube anime watching was a thing. Or wait, no, was it the Funimation website?
I watched it back in infant Netflix days.
Oh, really?
Back when you could back with ordering DVDs.
Oh, yeah, that's old Netflix, alright. I was gonna ask, like, was it then, or was it, like, just downloaded? But, yeah, ordering the DVDs is a whole other thing. Kids these days, they don't understand what Netflix, how they built their, yeah. Nailed it.
Rest in peace, Blockbuster.
Oh yeah, Blockbuster's gone. Yeah, we had a Blockbuster and a Rogers Video, which I think is more of a Canadian thing, but
Probably, because I don't know what that is.
yeah. Yeah, so I kind of kept watching just like I wouldn't watch current anime. I would just mostly watch like what I knew was like the big shows. I'm like, I should watch Samurai Champloo or whatever. Up until around 2010, which is when I started watching like modern, like weekly anime. It was Panty and Stocking and Garter Belt that kind of put me over the edge. Where I'm like, oh, this is cool, and everyone's talking about it on the internet every week. I want to be part of this discussion.
We'll get another season someday.
It's only been a decade. I'm sure
Any
it's
day
coming
now.
soon. Yeah, oh, we're coming up on the anniversary actually, and then everyone's gonna be upset again. That never came out. I was kind of okay with the ending. I'm probably the minority on this, but it had a great ending, and I always felt like that little bit at the end being like, "See you in season 2" was just a gag.
It's a harsh gag.
Yeah, kinda. Especially after like that came out, and then all the people left the company to make their own. But yeah, ever since then, I've just been watching like all the seasonal anime, and God, how much anime it's been! Oh my God,
There's too many animes, not enough time.
wasted my life on this. Did Max drop the call? No, wait, you're here. What was that Discord sound?
No, I'm here.
It made a sound like you joined the call or dropped the call or something. Huh, weird. Okay. It'll make sense in the podcast because people can still hear that audio.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes my Discord just, like, goes poop.
Boop. It did before, but we fixed it, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Gotta love that, country town Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeehaw.
What are some more, like, really... I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing out, because I don't want to, like... I talked about Card Captors. I talked about definitely Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX when that was coming out.
I did too. I didn't keep up with it, but I
No.
remember one episode about Jaden and this, like, really buff guy that was from living in the woods, and then their other friend, and they were trying really hard to get the best sandwich
Yeah, that
out of
sounds
this
like a
giant
Yu-Gi-Oh!
basket
GX
of
plot.
sandwiches. That's all I remember.
It was always just like schoolyard shenanigans, nothing really important.
And sometimes Kaiba was there.
Sometimes. That really ugly teacher. Remember him?
No.
He was like really pompous and had like blonde hair and like this really grotesque face. Like picture fat ugly guy from your things. Like fat ugly NTR man, except he's not fat, he's like skin and bones. I don't know. It was disgusting character design, but it stuck with me. I miss Maximilian Pegasus.
Kaiba boy.
Kaiba boy.
Ancient Egyptian laser beams.
Eric Stewart's a goddamn treasure. It's Kaiba and Pegasus and Brock and James. Just about
And then
everyone you
I
recognize.
guess because it's Brock, he also did the opening line to the One Piece rap.
There once was a man named Gold Roger.
I did not watch One Piece, but I know some of the One Piece rap because it is meme.
Oh yeah, can we talk about anime that you didn't watch but you just watched the openings of?
Like we did last episode?
Oh shit. Well no, yeah, I didn't watch One Piece,
It's
but
fine.
I do know the opening. Or like just stuff like Monster Rancher, where that would come on, but I didn't watch it. I just watched the opening because it was really catchy. Or
that was
same
me
thing with
with,
Knights of the Zodiac.
I think I did that with Digimon.
Yeah, Digimon.
Because, like, I wasn't interested in it because I was like, this isn't Pokemon.
Yeah,
But I remember the Digimon digital monsters.
Hey, points for creativity. I was the same way with Digimon, where I'm like, I'm a Pokemon fan, I don't watch Digimon. But then I ended up watching Digimon when I realized it didn't matter. It was alright. It was like, I don't know, people would be like, this is the cooler Pokemon. But then you look at it now and it's like, yeah, Pokemon is way more popular now.
I mean, for a while,
Built to
apparently
last.
Yokai Watch was beating Pokemon in popularity in Japan.
Yeah, that had like no success over here. Like maybe some success, but not like as big
Nearly as
it was
much.
over- Well, it's you got to take a concept as specific as yokais, all based around folklore that we don't have, and it's like, yeah, it's not going to do well over here.
Yeah. Not except for, like, the small niche of...
Weebs
Ultra
like
weeb.
us, yeah.
Listen, we don't have to call ourselves out.
I think we do. You signed the contract,
Shush.
right? It says you have to call yourself out
Huh?
every week. Damn it, did I not make him sign the contract?
No?
Max, will you make a contract with me to become a magical boy? You get this cool gem. Don't ask what it does.
Soul Gem no longer turned to Grapeseed.
Have we looped all the way back to the Meduca meme?
Yeah?
I still
Oh, it reminds me,
relevant?
There's a different Madoka Magica thing that I've seen where it's a person and they're like live vlogging their first watch of the show. And they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh no, the little kitty thing got hurt. 3 more posts. It should have stayed hurt.
Yeah. Or, I mean, there's gotta be dozens of that for Full Metal Alchemist. With Nia and Alexander.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, how did you
I've seen
react to
some.
that when you first saw it?
I was upset.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, add salt to the wound. Let's have Scar kill them.
Yeah.
On top of everything.
But at the same time, like, you kind of had no other thing to do.
Maybe we could save them. Oh, they're goo now. It's on the carpet.
Oh no. Ain't that also a thing in, like, the Abyss show that I haven't seen, but there's
Maiden
something
Abyss?
about, like, yeah, there's something about characters getting fused into some stuff.
Kind of. I don't want to spoil it for you. That's a pretty good
Okay.
show, but they're a sort of sad Full Metal Alchemist sadness, if you would call it. Later on in that, it's a cool show though. I'm looking forward to seeing that movie that continues it. I don't know if you do the same thing I do, but if I'm watching an anime and it's like I could go and read the manga, but the anime was so well done that I'd rather wait. You know? Do you do that? Or do you just don't read the manga?
I mean, it really kind of depends. Cause like I got into Beastars because somebody was posting the manga, and I was like, all right, I'll start reading it. And then I watched the first season that was made, so I could see how they were doing it.
Yeah.
and then now I'm still reading it because it's good.
Yeah, I'll do that all the time too, or check out the source material before the anime comes out or something. But yeah, when it comes to like, what's another example? Like The Promised Neverland.
Mm-hmm. Which I've seen the first episode of, and that's it.
Oh, okay. But like you've seen it though, like that animation quality and just the acting in it, like I love it. And the manga is done at this point, and I could just go read it any time. But I'm like, I want to watch the anime version if they ever get that far.
Kimetsu no Yaiba is completely done with the manga.
Yeah, that one's done.
I just haven't gotten around to finishing it.
Now, would you rather finish it, or would you rather wait and see like if they make more seasons? Like if someone told you now, hey, we're gonna do the rest of the show animated, it'll take like fucking 4 years, but we'll do it.
I would still probably read it.
Oh, okay.
Because I know we're getting a movie too.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
And it's specifically of the train arc. And one of my friends was like, "Oh no, that arc is sad." And then I got to that in the manga, and I was like, "Oh no, that arc is sad."
Now once I get there, I'm going to be like, "Oh no, that arc is sad." I heard years ago on a podcast that it was sad. Now I'm there. Now where are these tears coming from? Ugh.
So, oh no. I'm having feelings.
Well, I mean, I can't think of any more nostalgic anime to talk about. How about you?
Not really.
I
guess we can just switch to... Yeah, we can just switch to what we're watching now.
Yeah,
or what we plan to watch.
Okay.
/ read.
Okay, you go ahead since I did mine at the beginning.
Right. I know I mentioned that I started reading Banana Fish on recommendation from lots of people. Mm-hmm. And it caught me so hard, like, that I sat and read 3 volumes before I was able to put it down. It's really good.
Wow. I like that one. But I also... and you just, like, you can't stop it.
It's got a protagonist that I really want to succeed. Mm-hmm. But I can tell that even though he might not make it to the end. I just can kind of feel it.
Setting up lots
and I'm not ready for that. But I know it's just that kind of series, that kind of book. Because it's counted as a shoujo manga. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, pretty boy characters. But it's like a crime pulp novel at the same time. That takes place in the 80s after the Vietnam War.
Oh, interesting.
And there's a mystery that kind of starts off the plot, but they figure it out what feels like quick, or maybe just because I was reading a whole bunch of it at once, it felt quick.
Does it take place in America?
And so, yes.
Okay, yeah, I just have that vibe from it.
Yeah, the 2 main characters, one's an American, and then the other one is a camera assistant for a news guy from Japan. And they go to visit a guy who was a journalist in America. But when they go to visit him, he's in jail. So instead they talk to the main boy, Ash. Ooh, that's not his real name. It's a street name, but you don't find out his real name till later.
My name's Ash. I'm from a little place called Pallet Town.
Stop.
No.
Yeah, no, Ash, he's 17, and then you learn his backstory, like, in the description on the back of the book, so I don't feel bad saying what it is. But, you find out he was forced into child bad videos.
This is a dark show.
And, yeah, it's real dark. And this is a show for you if you're really good at hating old white men. Because you will hate these old white men.
Hearty recommendation from Max on the Banana Fish and all the horrors that come with it.
Yeah, be prepared to cry.
Wow.
Or at least feel really bad. and also feel a little disgusted. And earlier today, I checked out the first episode of the anime version, just because I wanted to see how different it was.
Is it good?
And instead of taking place in the 80s, like the manga does, it's actually taking place like in modern time. Because I saw one of the characters pull out like an iPhone, and I was like, what? That doesn't exist yet. Where are we?
Yeah, that's weird.
And so once I finish the manga, I might go through and see what else they change.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Can I talk about what I've been watching?
Yes.
It's going to be weird because it's like tonally the complete opposite of yours.
I like my dark stuff, sorry.
I'm watching cute girls going mountaineering. It's Yama no Susume. I've only watched a couple episodes so far. But yeah, they're like these little 3-minute episodes of these girls getting into the hobby of mountaineering, climbing mountains. And one of them had like an experience climbing mountains with the other one when they were young. Then they weren't in school together for a while until I think like they're in high school together now. And they're like, and one of them's like, yeah, let's go mountain climbing together. And the other one's like, I fell off a thing and got really scared of heights, and I don't want to do it. And she's like, no, let's do it though.
So is this a cute girls doing cute things show?
Yes, absolutely. It's got
nice.
Like, it's like little 3-minute animations. I looked at the later seasons. They bump it up to 13 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. The animation quality though is like really good. I think because they're working in such a small time frame, they can do really nice, smooth-looking character animations. So, like, the movements of these girls really sell it. And also, the voice cast, like, 3 out of 4 of the main ones are some of my favorite voices, so it's nice to hear them in this. Yeah, it's just a really nice, comfy show, and it feels good to watch them go mountain climbing with these nice backgrounds.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm probably going to continue that for next little while. Just watch
one more
chill out.
note, because you mentioned voice actors.
Yeah?
Shuten Doji and Fate and Eevee have the same voice actors.
Oh, that's Aoi Yuki, right?
Yeah. Two very tonally different things.
Well, I think that'll wrap it up for this week on Anime.
Woohoo!
Thank you for joining us. And
thank you for listening.
Yeah, hearing about our childhoods and letting us just get all nostalgic for a bit.
It's really cool that we're actually staying on schedule so far.
Yeah, we're doing
Hooray.
it. Yeah.
We did it.
We're going to continue to do it. Okay, Max, do the funniest ending anyone's ever heard before.
Pee pee poo poo.
Sure, okay, good night.